Wan stopped daydreaming. She said as Wan was smiling looking out of the class window. She sighed softly. Look, Wan, I'm telling you to stop doing craziness. He might someday caught you then. She said as Wan frowned and turned her face towards Nicole. Why you always try to scare me? He will never gonna got to know about it. She said, being irritated as Nicole shook her head. Look, Wan, if you had feelings for him, then tell him directly on his face. If he also feels the same, he will gonna accept you, Nicole said. What the? I can't just do this. Wan said as she looked towards her hand. Come on, Wan, don't act like you are scared of him. You literally kiss him every day while he was asleep, and that too, sneaking in his house, in his room. It's risky, but you do. Nicole slowly whispered the last sentence so that other students in class will not hear her. Stop it, don't say that, Nicole. You are not allowed to talk about this in public. Why is it passing her that glares? What? Don't show me your those eyes. Why are you scared, huh? Tell me, Nicole asked while nudging her elbow, making Van frustrated as she closed her eyes and inhaled deeply to control her frustration. I can't tell him, okay? He's a popular guy and every girl wants to date him. He must have been liking someone else. What if he reject me too? Like he did with other girls? And Vine said after looking at Nicole but stopped when her eyes fall on her crush, her love. Yeah, why you stopped? Nicole asked as Vine was just staring at the class entrance and her eyelashes moving in slow-mo. Nicole too turned her face to look whom Vine was staring and she found Jungkook coming with his serious face, and before he sat on his chair, he glanced at Vine. Omo, he looked at you, Vine. Those stares was dangerous. Is he might found out about you? Vine quickly covered Nicole's mouth to shut her. Shut the F up, bitch. Vine said, gritting her teeth while Nicole was looking at Vine with wide eyes. Vine left her mouth and laughed awkwardly when she noticed some students were looking at them weirdly. Why I tell you about my secret? I am regretting now. Vine said as Nicole gasped. I am your only best friend. How could you say that, huh? Nicole said as Vine rolled her eyes. Vine and Nicole was walking through the hallway to cafeteria as it was free time. Where is your earrings, Vine? She asked as she noticed Vine's empty ear first time. Don't know, maybe it fell at home when I was changing my clothes. I didn't find because I was getting late for the class that time, so I just took off the other one. Here it is. She took out the other earring from her pant pocket. Oh, Moman, it's so beautiful. I always saw them in your ears, and to be honest, I never got enough of their beauty. Your mother seriously gave you something that met your personality. Nicole said as she took the earring in her hand and walking while looking at the earring. It was a moon-shaped small earring with small diamonds were attached on it. Because I am her moon, Vine said while smiling as Nicole chuckled and mimicked her. Yeah, give me back. Vine snatched her earring and they entered in cafeteria. Bro, when someone also took advantage of me while sleeping, he said while wrapping his one arm around in Jungkook's neck. Shut up, Jiminchi. I'm serious right now. Jungkook said as he tried to take off Jimin's hand from his shoulder. Aish, that poor girl is literally blind who is interested in you. I think she is not a human but a ghost who come in your room and after kissed you, she disappeared in air. Jimin said by laughing as Jungkook glared him. I'm gonna smash your pretty face, Mr. Muji, so stop talking shit. Jungkook said, but Jimin raised his brow and smirked. Don't tell me you liked when she kissed you. Jimin laughed when Jungkook poked his inner cheek annoyingly. I'm scared now. I want to see ghosts in real, but I never knew it'd come up like this. Why a lady ghost got obsessed with me? It's creepy, young. Jungkook said while rolling something in his fingers that caught Jimin's eyes as he frowned. What's this in your hand? Jimin asked as his hand reached towards Jungkook's hand, but Jungkook was fast enough. He quickly hid that thing in his pocket and glared Jimin. What? Jimin asked confusedly as he didn't took a proper look and then Jungkook's glares, but then Jungkook shook his head and signed. Jungkook, I think you should wake up at night just to see who is that person. Jimin said as he noticed Jungkook's serious face. Yeah, I am going to do that. But Young, my dog didn't bark after seeing that person. It might she's someone whom my dog recognizes. Either he gets aggressive whenever he saw a stranger, Jungkook said. How can you be so sure that the person is she, not he? Jimin asked, raising his brow as Jungkook frowned and looked towards Jimin more like glaring at him. Tell me, Jimin said. He was trying to distract him as Jungkook was looking tense. He found out 2 days ago that someone sneaked in his room and kissed him. He was just fall asleep when Van entered in his room and without making any noise, she went towards Jungkook and after making sure he was sleeping, she kissed him on his lip. But Jungkook started to move his face as he felt ticklish, even though she just softly kissed him. But he feel her lips on his. Seeing him waking up, Van hurriedly laid down under his bed to hide herself. Jungkook slightly opened his eyes and again fell asleep after thinking he might saw the dream, while Vine stayed on her place and fell asleep while waiting. She woke up before Jungkook and ran from there in panic, without noticing her one earring left there, and that earring Jungkook found under his bed when he sat down to pick up his pen. His eyes fall on it and he started connecting strings. He didn't see any dream, but it was real. Someone sneaked in his room last night and kissed him. He usually feels someone's presence but shrugged, thinking it was a dream. He let it go, but now everything is clear and he wanted to know that who is that person. So he decided he will gonna pretend like he was sleeping, but in actual he was not. And in that way he will gonna catch that person. But after that day, Vine skipped 2 days and she didn't sneak in his room while he was waiting all night. Nicole, I messed up, Vine said loudly, entering her class without caring about anything as she went directly towards Nicole with fast steps. I messed up, everything is messed up, he found out. She said while Nicole signaled Vine with her eyes that Vine didn't notice as she was panicking. He found out everything. I heard it. Are you listening? Vine said as she frowned, seeing Nicole's face. Look back, Vine. Nicole whispered and signaled Vine as Vine blinked her eyes after she sensed she actually messed up and her dad was just behind glaring at her. Vine turned her face and smiled awkwardly, seeing her professor standing while folding her hands on her chest, glaring at her like a angry bull. Go on, continue. What were you saying? I also want to know about your interesting story. Actually, the whole class wanted to know, right, students? She said sarcastically as Vine rolled her eyes and found every student present in class was looking at her. Vine swallowed and faced the professor, feeling so embarrassed as she opened her mouth to apologize for her behavior, but Professor Belinda stopped her. Don't you dare open your mouth. You waste our time. You don't value your time. That doesn't mean everyone is like you. Get out right now. You really messed up, Miss Ryan. Really bad. She scolded Van very respectfully and pointed outside towards the door. I am sorry, Professor Belinda. Van slowly said and walked out of the room. So, Miss Nicole, if you also want to join your friend, then leave the class. I don't want any disturbance. Professor Belinda said as Nicole bit her lower lip. She picked up her stuff silently and walked out because she knows Vine was waiting for her, and if Nicole didn't went out, Vine will disturb the whole class. What happened, Vine? She asked after noticing Vine standing leaning on the wall, tapping her feet on the ground. Nicole, you were right. I messed up everything. Vine said like whisper made Nicole confused as she held Vine's wrist and walked with her a little far from classroom. Sit there, Nicole said as Vine sat on the bench like a kid following her mother's command after creating mess. Now tell me exactly what are you talking about, Nicole said after sitting beside Vine. I was coming towards the class when I saw Jungkook and Jimin on the stairs and I heard their talk. They didn't see me. As I was upstairs, she told Nicole everything as she signed. One, relax. They don't know. Jungkook don't know that. The person is you. So calm down, okay? Nicole said as Ryan looked at her and nodded. Look, I don't know how you did this, but really I'm curious to know how you control his dog. He is scary. Nicole said as Van giggled even though she was tense, but she couldn't hold herself and that made Nicole more curious to know the story. Actually, I saw Jungkook giving his dog some biscuits and I noticed his dog becomes so excited after seeing the biscuits. So I buy them and whenever I found chance, I gave him that biscuits. Now he become my friend. That's how I sneak in his house then in his room. One tell Nicole and after hearing Ryan, her eyes widened in shock. Ryan, why are you doing this? He's a bad boy though. Nicole said as everyone gets scared around Jungkook because his aura he has anger issues and that's why he get into fights easily. Every bad boy needs a little love. Once it made Nicole roll her eyes. You are crazy and creepy too. How can you be so obsessed? Why now don't pull any stupid stunts of yours? At least for some days. Nicole said that she knows Ryan will never gonna stop her stupidity. She is in love with him and it's been a year. When Jungkook transferred to this university, he caught Ryan's eyes. Hey Jungkook, oh Mo, what happened with your eyes? Jimin asked after he noticed dark circles around Jungkook's eyes. I didn't sleep from five days, Jimin, but she didn't come. Jungkook said as he rubbed his eyes with his finger. Aish Jungkook, leave her and sleep properly. Why not you come to my house and sleep? Jimin said as Jungkook shook his head. Young, I can't, but now I think she's not gonna come. Someone definitely did this because of some stupid dare. Jungkook said as Jimin also nodded. Yeah, you are right. Now let's go to my house. I bought new car and my lecture is over and I don't have anything to do, Jimin said. But I have one more lecture left, Young. Jungkook said made Jimin chuckle. Come on, I know you don't like math and math don't like you. Jimin said as Jungkook chuckled softly. Let's go. Jimin pulled Jungkook's hand to make him stand as Jungkook giggled seeing him struggling. Young, you need workout, Jungkook said. Yeah, you muscles bunny, get up, Jimin said annoyingly and then they both left while Ryan was smirking. It means today I have a chance. I miss his lips and his cute sleeping face, Ryan murmured as she excitedly ran towards her class. Ryan jumped in Jungkook's lawn and walked towards his gate like a spy. After making sure everything is fine and clear, hey buddy, I know you miss me. I miss you too, Ryan said to the dog who just jumped on her and started licking her face in happiness. Your dad is sleeping, huh? That's why I come to meet you. Here's your favorite snacks. Ryan whispered and gave him some dog's biscuit as he started to eat quickly while Ryan patted on his head. Goodbye, enjoy. I'm coming, okay? Don't make any noise or else your dad gonna scold you and me too. Ryan said and inhaled a deep breath before she sneaked in his house through the glass window and then outside of his room. God please help. One prayed that the door was not locked as she carefully twisted the doorknob and her face brightened when the door opened. Thank God, I thought now I have to jump in your room through window, Ryan said to herself as she stepped in. After peeking inside his room, found him sleeping while his back was facing her and all the lights were off. Ryan carefully walked towards his bed and from seeing him wearing his t-shirt, he slept without wearing shirt, Ryan thought, but then she shrugged and walked to the other side of the bed. She smiled when finally his angelic face comes in her view. He was sleeping like a child, looking so innocent with a little pout. Ryan sat in squat position near his bed as she carefully slid back his hair strands for a better view. Even though she watched him in university, but watching him sleeping is something else. Why you didn't take off your shirt today? Are you that scared of a fragile girl, huh? Ryan said very slowly, not to disturb him. But anyways, I miss you so much, my bunny. She chuckled internally. I know I am a stupid, I made you scared, but what to do? I don't have guts to say this on your face, that I am in love with you, and I am badly got obsessed with your lips. One was saying all this as she wanted to tell him, but she can't, so she was letting her heart out. I'm sorry, but I have no other choice but to sneak in your room, but I really love you, Jungkook. I'm scared, what if you reject me? One said as she back on his forehead that bring a small smile on Jungkook's lips, but he hid it quickly and pretended to be sleeping. He was awake all the time. when Van jumped in his lawn, and then she talked with his dog, and whatever she confessed, he watched and heard everything. I am going now, sleep well, Van whispered as she leaned her face to kiss him, but her eyes got widened when Jungkook pulled her by her neck and flipped her down before he hovered over her. Where are you going, huh? अभी तो रात बाकी है. Jungkook said made her heartbeat go faster as she struggled, but he pinned her hands on bed. You were the thief who stole my first kiss while I was sleeping, and then continued, Jungkook said as Van gulped hard. His breath was touching her cheek, making her cheeks red as she was not looking at him and avoiding his just leave me, Jungkook. Van said as Jungkook chuckled and leaned his face dangerously close to her, made her breath hitch. I can't leave you now, when I finally have you, the one with whom I wanted to live, whom I wanted to walk every part of my life holding her hands. Jungkook said as Van looked him surprised. Yes, you heard me right. I love you, and that's why I was worried. Wonder who might just stole my first kiss before you, but thank God I'm in relief. Now it wasn't anyone else but you, my lady, Jungkook said as he grazed his nose tip with Van's while her heart was about to explode at any time. Actually, I got to know it was you when I found your earring under my bed, because I know everything about you, every smallest details about you. How can be that earring didn't caught my eyes? I have my eyes on you, my sweetheart. He said, made my eyes widen and her cheeks turned pink, hearing different nicknames every time she was feeling thousands of butterflies in her stomach. Jungkook, I have to go, leave me. Van said that she was feeling nervous and her heart was beating crazily. Why? Oh wait, I forgot one thing. You want me to see shirtless? Perfect. Now let me also know how your lips taste like, so that I also got obsessed with them and with other things too. And you know what? You don't know how to kiss, so let me teach you. Jungkook whispered with a mischievous smirk on his lip as he winked at her while she was looking at him shockingly. He didn't let her speak and